My best friend's biggest secret. Danny was my best friend, my brother in all the ways that mattered. We grew up together, inseparable, and I thought I knew everything about him. But I didn't. It started with little things. He was always tired, blamed it on late nights, and canceled plans more than usual. He started losing weight, his clothes hanging off him, but he'd laugh it off like it was nothing. I asked if he was okay, but he always said, "I'm good, don't worry." I trusted him. I thought he'd tell me if something was wrong. Then one day his sister Maya called me, crying. "Danny's in the hospital," she said. "He didn't want you to know, but you need to come." I drove to the hospital as fast as I could. When I walked into his room, my heart sank. He was hooked up to machines, so pale and thin that I barely recognized him. He gave me a weak smile. "Guess I can't hide it anymore," he said. "What's wrong, Danny? What's going on?" "It's cancer," he said softly. "Stage 4. I've known for about a year." A year. My head spun. "Why didn't you tell me?" I demanded. He looked away. "I didn't want you to look at me like that, like I was already gone." I wanted to scream at him for keeping this from me, but how could I? He'd been carrying this alone, thinking he was protecting me. From that day on, I was with him as much as I could be. I sat with him during treatments, laughed with him on the good days, and tried to make the bad days bearable. We talked for hours, watched old movies, and pretended like time wasn't slipping away. But it was. The night he passed, I was there. I held his hand as he struggled to breathe, tears streaming down my face. He whispered, "I'm sorry." "For what?" I choked out. "For leaving you." I shook my head, barely able to speak. "You're not leaving me. You'll always be here." He smiled one last time, and then he was gone. It's been months, and the hole he left still feels raw. Danny thought he was protecting me by keeping it a secret, but losing him hurt more than anything. If I've learned one thing, it's this. You don't protect the people you love by shutting them out. You let them in, no matter how painful it is. Rest easy, Danny. You'll always be with me.